All right, so my apologies for not introducing the Mexican competitors. I haven't met these young ladies. Let's see how they perform. Australia's moving out well. The Brits just outside them, as I said. Some very capable British runners. In fact, one of the runners of the meet, Carol Filer, what a fantastic meet she's had, and what a wonderful lady again. I think it must be something about Masters. You can be a champion and still be absolutely fantastic as a wonderful person, and that's Carol Filer to a T. Let's see how they pan out. The Australians, once again, have the three staggers. The Australians stepping out very nicely, as I say, most capable
Margaret
team.
Tweedy, I think there. She's featured a lot in this meet over
She
1,
has.
2, 4 in the long jump hit as well. And the relay earlier today, but she's easily made up this stagger as she comes into the first change. But the New Zealand lady's not giving it to her all on her own. She's running with a very strong straight, and it's the Great Britain team too that are coming into third. Margaret Tweedy.
The next Margaret is in fact Margaret Saunders. Margaret's already picked up a gold for her steeple chase earlier today. She had a bronze in the 800, a fourth place in the 400. So once again, a highly credentialed runner. New Zealand changing over.
And it's going to be close here with the third change between the Germans and the Mexican team. So we've got the lady from Great Britain. She can, all she needs to do is try and get up and get that baton and give it to her next. You have to admire the determination of these ladies. But it's Australia out in front, halfway into the second leg there. It's Margaret Saunders striding out well down the bottom bend. But let's give this lady from Great Britain some encouragement. She's going to get this baton across the line, and she's going to change it over. What a fantastic effort.
As many people fall, it's champions that get up and play on, and those legs were made of rubber. And on behalf of the rest of your team, thank you, but on my own behalf, congratulations, what a fine effort. Mark Saunders coming in, all the heroics of the British team taking a little bit away from these champs from Australia. They'll change over comfortably in the lead.
It's Leanne Monk there getting the baton for Australia.
Well, Leanne's had a pretty good championships too, you know, so the name has turned up many a time.
But it's the German team now, closing in a little bit on the team from New Zealand. They're only 20 metres behind, and she's really striding out. And what you'll notice is the order of the ladies, where they're standing to receive the baton, doesn't change. It can be a little bit of argy-bargy sometimes. But it's the New Zealander who's holding the German off, and the New Zealanders are going to take the baton.
It's trying to pick out which New Zealand it is, because we've got some very strong New Zealand runners, and the Germans are there, but by no means taken over the pace yet. But out in front with a lead just on the 110 metres, it's the Australian team. Be interesting again to watch the time. The record for this event was 4:49.58.
That's pretty slick, isn't it?
We'll call it 4:50 and see how much close we come to that as they come on. Great Britain, they are the sentimental favourites right now. Carol Filer, of whom I spoke so highly. Carol will take the baton. An absolute huge champion, the heptathlon champion. There's not too much Carol hasn't done during this championships.
Jeanette Flynn there, one of Australia's multiple record holders for 800 and 1500, about to get the baton there for a great run by Leanne Monk. So it's Australia off in the last leg. They've got a lead of about 120 metres, but all the interest lies back here in second and third with the German team now in front of the New Zealand team. So it'll be interesting to see how this last leg plays out. The German team now 30 metres in front of the New Zealanders.
But my interest, being a little parochial, as to how that clock's ticking over. Our last runner here will need to knock out about a 70 or just under, I think, to achieve the desired outcome. So a big ask.
Well, Jeanette Flynn's had a pretty big program. She's done the 800, the 1500, the 400, but
she should be warmed up then, you reckon?
She certainly is, and she's a very accomplished athlete. Look through the Australian record books and see her name there.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Carol Filer home. She's a fantastic champion. She has been the pride and joy of the British team almost. Not that there have been so many great GB teams, but Carol, what a champion she's been.
And she looks like she's about to move the GB team up a little bit. She's closing in on the Mexican.
Right. Have a look at that clock. It's ticked over. We're not going to break the record, but we're into the 5-minute bracket. But with a lead like that, certainly nothing to apologise for.
Maybe close to the Australian record, but we'll leave that one to the officials. It's the German team here coming in for second with some strong running as the New Zealand team come into the straight, looking good for third place at the moment. Some of these ladies, this will be their 6th or 7th event. Legs are a little bit weary by